Hello ladies and gents, it's Spoony Pizzas here with another Pro Evolution Soccer 2019 video. Today I want to do a crossing tutorial with you, and I'm going to start off with a few points that I want to cover. So the first is all about the cross type, so whether it's normal, high, low and early cross. I'm going to show you how to do all those. Then I'm going to cover off which is the most effective out of those types of crosses, and then I'm going to cover off the best choice of cross for each area of the pitch and different scenarios. So let's get straight into it.
As you can see, we've already started here. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
To perform the normal cross, all you need to do is hold the lob pass button and the left analog stick in the direction you wish the cross to go.
Just drink it in.
This is one more example of the normal cross.
Up he gets. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Great header, made it. Manchester are clearly looking to kill this game off.
To perform the high cross, all you need to do is hold the special controls button and the lob pass button together and aim using the left analog stick.
It's keeping the ball away from the other end too. Look at the defender bombing forward.
Next up is the early cross, so all you need to do is hold the player select and press the lob pass button and aim using the left analog stick.
Has a pop. Ball's loose, who's getting there?
Last up is the low cross, so all you need to do is double tap the lob pass button and aim using the left analog stick.
And the shot.
I find that the low cross is perhaps the most effective cross of all, especially along the 6-yard box or within the 6-yard box, as you can see in these examples here. You can use the low cross to be pulled back, so just aim using the left stick where you want the ball to go. So you can see there I pulled it back for Dybala. You can also use the low cross to fire the ball into your strikers like I do in this example here. However, what I would say is if you are going to do that, you will need to apply the early cross, because you're behind what I call the early cross boundary. So if you are to the right of this dotted line that I've drafted on the pitch, then you need to hold the early cross. So all you need to do is hold the early cross, double tap the lob pass button and aim using the left analog stick to drive it into your player.
Swept in. Going for goal. Oh, right back in business. Oh, that was a cracking little exchange to set up the finish. And
if you want to cross the ball from this area of the pitch, you must be holding the early cross button, which is your player select, in combination with any type of cross you want to perform. The low cross is the most effective cross. However, there's no point crossing if your players aren't there, and it does help if you're around the back. If you've got a defender next to you, chances are he's going to intercept it. So then you need to cut back in and think about a different type of attack. If you are in this area of the pitch and the low cross isn't on, then just use the high cross if you've got a player there just behind the play, as they will be able to run onto it and leap higher than the defender generally, because it's a standing jump against a running jump. For every Pro Evolution game that's ever been released, including prior to the Data Pack 2 release, the early cross was by far the most effective. Now, the only time I find the early cross in these areas of the pitch effective is when you're doing a first time cross. Now, it does depend on scenario and where your players are, where the defenders are, but generally as a whole, I would say this area on the pitch is the best area for a normal cross. This is the best area for the low cross. And lastly, the high cross in this area of the pitch. When the low cross isn't on and you've got someone coming in at the back post, then use the high cross, as you'll find that is very effective. The most important stats for crossing the ball are lob pass, which is the accuracy of the cross, the swerve stats, how much bend you're going to put on the ball, And finally, the pinpoint crossing ability in the player skills. That's a really, really useful player skill to have if you want to score a lot of goals with a target man, or generally from crosses with your fullbacks and wingers. That concludes the tutorial, ladies and gents. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully you've learnt the 4 types of crossing. You know that the most effective cross is probably the low cross, and also identified the best choice of cross for that area of the pitch. Thanks again, and I will catch you again in my next video. Cheers guys, bye bye.